Welcome to Coconut Creek's virtual garden tour, brought to you by the city's Environmental Advisory Board. Hi, I'm Dan Mackey of the EAB. Our mission is to protect the natural environment of Coconut Creek. Today we're touring the yard of Jay Paredes, a wildlife photographer in Regency Lakes. Let's check out how Jay uses his gardens for wildlife photography.
I actually got into native plants when we first moved into this house here in Coconut Creek. And Coconut Creek actually started putting up all these signs that said butterfly capital of the world. And I said, well, I haven't seen a single butterfly in my yard. And that's what really led me to start looking into how to attract butterflies. And then I learned about not only pollinator plants, but host plants. And just by consequence of planting for butterflies, I noticed more and more birds coming in. I always had bird feeders. But one thing I really noticed was that when I first put bird feeders up and I didn't have the native plants, I would attract non-native birds. So we would actually get a lot of parakeets that would come to the feeders, a lot of starlings, which are all non-native birds. And as the native garden started growing, those birds stopped coming to the yard and more native birds started coming to the yard. Since COVID has come in, I've basically had more time, and I sit for hours in the morning in the yard just waiting for the birds to come in, especially the migratory birds, which seem to come in waves. Those are really the most interesting to me, and I just wait for them to come to the trees. So a plant that really attracts birds into your yard is the American beautyberry over here, which has these little purple berries. Birds really love this plant, especially the northern mockingbird, which is its favorite, the northern mockingbird and the catbird, but also migratory birds like painted bunting, and a lot of the warblers will come and stop by. And even though the warblers won't eat the berries, they'll eat the insects that are growing around the berries, the worms and the insects hiding in between the leaves. This plant here is actually called Chiggery grapes. It is considered an endangered species in Florida, and so it's one of the rare plants that you can get for your garden. And this plant is a really huge butterfly attractant. So when it blooms, although its flowers aren't very showy, they attract all kinds of butterflies, especially our state butterfly, which is the zebra longwing. So anybody can really set up their backyard with native plants and to create a small wildlife corridor for birds and butterflies and all these animals that can come through your yard and use it as a refuge. And it's a great way to be able to come home, go out to your backyard and just relax and forget about all the busy and all the problems that you've had to deal with the whole day at work, and feel refreshed next time you go back and you're able to tackle those issues head on. A great place to start is to look at local native nurseries in your area, and there's also a lot of resources online in looking for both plants and attracting birds to your yard.
We hope you've enjoyed this video, and you'll join us again soon for another virtual garden tour in Coconut Creek.